Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I hope you will not forget to like and subscribe to all my videos so that you will be notified for all other lessons or videos that I will be uploading. Okay, so for today's lesson, we're going to have tips on how to avoid communication breakdown. This topic is very applicable for the grade 11 senior high school students who are studying or yes into oral communication. Okay, so according to Asher 2015, he emphasized that there are 4 tips in order for us to avoid communication breakdown. Okay, let's try to discuss these four tips. Okay, I hope I'm pretty sure some of them are very familiar to you, but you just didn't recognize that, yeah, you are already it's already the barrier to communication. Well, how to avoid them and how to, yes, help our communication to others to be more effective. Okay, let's try and see. Okay, so here we have the first tip, okay, listening part. Okay, so it's very essential, okay, for communication. Okay, so since communication is an exchange of information and intent, okay, information, emotion, and intent, therefore, one should learn to listen. Okay, it's very important. I have read from books or from my professors before that in communication it's always like or in order for a communication to be effective, one should listen 70% of the conversation and 30% only is done for talking. Okay, this also goes to ESL classes for those who are into ESL. So your students would really like it that you will listen to them first before you interrupt their sentences. Yeah, it's very helpful. Okay, so let the person finish what he is saying first. Do not interrupt the conversation. After which, okay, when the person is already done talking, then that's the time that you can ask questions. Okay, you clarify whether what you heard from the person is correct. Feedbacking is, yeah, there. Okay, so you can ask these questions. Okay, example. So what I think you're saying is, or you can also say what I am hearing is, or you can also say um, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard you talking about. Okay, so very simple gestures, but it will make the speaker feels it would make the speaker feel like she or he is being valued. Okay, she has the importance. Like, she is really listening to me. Okay, the speaker can say, she is listening to me. She values my story. Okay, most of the time it's what people nowadays really need is someone who can listen to them, someone who understand them. Okay, someone who understands them. Okay, so it makes the conversation more effective when you listen first before you interrupt or, yeah, you ask questions. Okay, this normally happens during the discussion of the teacher. Okay, so the teacher is giving instruction on what to do and she isn't done yet. And then there's a student raising her or his hand, okay, asking questions. And it was supposedly the next instruction of the teacher. Okay, yes, probably, yes. He's very excited about the lesson. Okay, so we'll just have to let the person speak first or finish his sentences. Then do not interrupt. Okay, just wait when he's done. And then, yeah, go ahead, ask questions or clarify something. Okay, that's very important. Again, for listening, it's 70% and only 30% you talking as the receiver of the message. Okay. Well, of course, yes. If you are the sender of the message, as the one speaking, then you speak it out. Okay. So for the listeners, For the receiver of the message, yeah, just listen. That's what you do. You don't, most of the times, it's not really like the person is asking for your advice, or yeah, or asking about your opinion, but yeah, it's actually just he wants you to absorb what his feelings are, yeah, what his emotions are, and then after that, when yes, you are the yeah, you are like the sponge, okay, just absorbing what maybe he feels bad about the situation, and then he tells you. You don't need to yeah, provide immediately your response. Just listen, and it's a good therapy. Okay, yes, for others who are, yes, maintaining their mental health. Okay, very important. I hope that helps. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so the next tip we are going to have here is paying attention. Okay, for paying attention for the body language. Okay, so here it is an effective way of getting a feedback. Okay, you have to be keen in figuring out the nonverbal cues that others are sending to you. Okay, as the teacher side, on the teacher side, so while we are discussing in front, and then some of our students at the back, they are really like having their own conversation, and others are already watching. Okay, yeah, looking at the, okay, and maybe yes, signs of yawning. Okay, so in that case, or in that situation, so you have to think immediately on how to, or yeah, they say the icebreaker. Okay, so how would you break that boredom in the lesson? It's important paying attention to body language, because it would mean that the person is no longer interested. There are others, or there are situations in which, Miss or Ma'am, I think just doesn't need a person to listen to, but I think he's just bragging, okay, on what his accomplishments are, or I'm just saying that he has this one, he has a lot of things, okay, that his parents brought for him. Okay, so yes, so as the sender of the message, you would know that the person is really not interested about the conversation. So you would know as well. Okay. So here, some example gestures which exude confidence when you try to speak. Okay. So how? So you have to make a direct eye contact. Eye contact, but do not stare. Okay. So it's okay to have eye contact, not stare. Okay. Stare is the longer, what, staying of your eye to one eye, yes, one person. Okay, so do not do that. Okay. Also, you give an influential smile, okay, like this, or yeah, just your charming face. Yeah, so it exudes confidence. Your, what's this? Your audience would not know that you are nervous, because you have the control of yourself. Okay, that you are confident through giving smile to your audience. Okay, so also avoid defensive poses, okay, like arm crossing. Okay, arm crossing here. So yeah, you know what it means. Yeah, this one, the lady. Okay, this is what arm crossing is. Arm crossing would signify to the sender of the message that you are not interested. Okay, because it gives the idea that you are putting a barrier to the person. Okay, yes, that cross. Okay, so that is already the barrier. Okay, that one. So do not do that. Okay, it would also apply to, yes, ESL students or ESL teachers. You as the teacher, you as the ESL teacher, and then you are discussing to your student using cross arm. Yes, your students would not book another lesson to you. They won't like this. Okay, it means that you don't like their class, or you don't want to be with them. Okay, so as the speaker, so avoid crossing your arms. Okay, so you can use gestures, or yes, nonverbal cues politely. Maybe you can, yes, reach a hand, but do not cross arms. For the receiver of the message, and then you are crossing your arms, then yes, it would also signify that you are also not interested. Okay, so avoid. Just smile, pretend. Yeah, the genuine smile. That's very important. Genuine smile. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's try to have, okay, the next tip to avoid communication breakdown. Okay, considering tone, okay, the volume of your voice, the pitch. Others really have that natural high tone. Yes. Sometimes it is disgusting to hear. Yes. In this case, it is a person must pay attention to grammar and make sure nothing he says can be misinterpreted. Okay. Yes. Miss, you told us that in conversation or in speaking, grammar is not really that important. Yes, it isn't. Okay. But yeah, even the simple one or even the basic one, maybe you already know how to use it. But this one, yes, it would signal, okay, your the receiver of the message, okay, to laugh at you or to bully you. Yeah, so we avoid that. Yeah, that's how. That's why I am very hesitant in speaking in public, or yes, volunteering in public speaking, because I'm not really good at grammar. Okay, so yeah, just to make it sure that your statement will not be interpreted. Okay, yeah, so very simple. Okay. So the last tip, okay, according to Asher 2015, okay, so he also emphasized, okay, that we also have to recognize our stress, recognizing the stress. Okay, so this one, yes, we allow ourselves to absorb the nervousness, the butterflies in the stomach when we are called by the teacher to stand in front and answer. Okay, so this is about probably, yes, especially random or yeah, random call by the teacher. So recognizing the stress is brought by an unexpected argument. Okay, when this exists in your conversation, try not to divulge in the situation. Maybe you can excuse yourself in a good manner. Okay, so exit. You just have to exit for a while. Okay, excuse me, I need to unwind a while. Okay, and then, yes, that's the time that you can release the stress. Okay, so it's not all, yes, it's unavoidable. Okay, so it happens. Okay, maybe the person said something that, yeah, there was misinterpretation. So that's why the conversation should always have, let's go back to the first tip, which is to listen. Listen carefully. If there are things that is not clear, so wait for the person to finish and then that's the time, or after the person's speech, then that's the time to ask questions. Okay, do not butt in, do not interrupt the speech or the conversation. Okay, wait for that chance to be asked. Okay, so for recognizing your stress, since it is unavoidable, you know, when the bubbling argument is exists, or you can feel that there is already a bubbling argument, then maybe yes, that's why you have to distance yourself. Yes, important. Distance yourself and then try to breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so you have to take a walk to avoid instances of the heated argument. Okay, I think that's all for the 4 tips of avoiding communication breakdown. Okay, so again, let's try to have a recap. Okay, tips to avoid communication breakdown. So we have listening, 70% listening, 30% talking for the receiver of the message. Next is paying attention to body language. No cross arm, no, yes, nonverbal cues like yawning. Oh, yes, it signifies not interested to the conversation. Okay, third, considering tone. Okay, the highness and the lowness of your voice most of the times gives impact okay, to the conversation. Sometimes for the person, he is just explaining or emphasizing something, but for the receiver of the message, he interprets it as you are already angry, but actually you're not. That is just the natural tone you have. Okay, so you also have to consider that one. Okay, how can you try to what know your voice or familiarize with the volume of your voice. Okay, yes, so sweet gestures or sweet kind of voice sometimes, yes, gives good feedback from the audience. Okay, it gives a positive impression. Okay, for others who have strong personality or the modulation of the voice, it also like gives I this person is a little strict, so I have to be like this one. Okay, so be careful. Okay, last tip we have recognizing the stress. Okay, so do not let your emotion overpower your intelligence. Okay, so when you are already at the peak of that anger, just try to yes, excuse yourself. Okay, be respectful enough in a good way or in a good manner. Okay, try to exit, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, yes. So do not divulge yourself into a more heated argument. Okay. Well, I hope yes, it sums up our lesson, and I hope that yes, it was clear enough for yes for you. Okay, that's for the module 3. Okay, for the communication breakdown. Okay, so thank you all for watching and listening to my lesson. I hope that you learned something for today. See you for my next class. Okay, and thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.